Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're diving deep into something kind of unique. We've got a single web page, and it's offering a free PDF download of the Millionaire Fastlane.
Yeah, it's not just about the book itself, though. It's more the bigger picture. This website, Books Free, it's offering up this knowledge, like totally free, and it really echoes what the book's all about, right? This idea of wealth creation, but not in that traditional, slow way.
It's like this website is its own little world that reflects the book's ideas. So what we're going to do is break down this web page piece by piece and see what it tells us about the Millionaire Fastlane, and maybe even more about the whole culture surrounding it.
Exactly. Think of it this way. We're going to try to pull out some insights, not just about the book, but the whole online world it lives in, all from this one web page.
Okay, so first, let's get to the heart of it, the whole fast lane philosophy. This website gives us a little taste, suggesting that building wealth doesn't have to take decades and decades of grinding.
Yeah. It's all about breaking free from that old slow lane way of thinking. The one that says you got to work for 50 years, save every single penny, and then maybe, just maybe, you'll be comfortable when you retire.
Right, and they use this really clever hook to grab your attention. The author's own experience as a teenager seeing a Lamborghini Countach. Talk about a symbol of wealth and speed. Imagine that. You're a teenager, you see that car, and you realize there might be a totally different way to achieve success.
It's like sparking that possibility, thinking beyond the traditional path. The Lamborghini, it's not just a car. It's this whole mindset shift.
Okay, so let's shift gears a bit and look at the website itself. Books Free, it's got categories like novels, history, computer science, the usual. But there are two categories that really jump out, especially when we think about this book: business and life learning.
What's interesting here is that it seems like this platform is attracting people who are looking for knowledge, for tools to improve their lives, and especially their finances. Think about it. If you're drawn to a book like The Millionaire Fastlane, you're probably already searching for information on business and personal development.
And here's where it gets even more interesting. Books Free is offering this information, this potential key to financial success, totally free. It's almost like they're saying, hey, you want financial freedom? You don't have to play by the old rules. Be resourceful, think outside the box, and access knowledge in new ways.
Right. It's almost parallel to what the book is saying, challenging that conventional idea of wealth by offering this alternative route to knowledge.
Now, of course, we can't just ignore the big question, the ethics of free book downloads. The website does have this disclaimer talking about using the downloads for educational purposes and encouraging people to, buy the book from the author.
It's a tough one, isn't it? On one hand, you've got the creator, the author. They deserve to get paid for their work. But then there's this whole idea of making knowledge accessible to everyone.
Yeah, it's like a mini version of that tension between the way things have always been done and these disruptive, innovative ideas. The book itself encourages readers to question the status quo, and the website almost acts as a catalyst, pushing those boundaries even further.
And it makes you think, doesn't it? Does how you get information change its value? Is knowledge you get for free somehow less valuable than knowledge you pay for? Something to think about.
Before we move on, though, let's take a quick peek at the comments section. There are only two, but they're pretty telling. One just says, I'm interested, and the other one, you can just feel the excitement. It says, I'm exciting of this book.
What's striking is that instant enthusiasm, that eagerness to engage with this material. These comments, they suggest that the audience, they aren't just passively reading. They're actively looking for ways to use this information and make a change in their lives.
It's like they've seen that Lamborghini and are ready to hit the gas on their own fast lane journey.
Exactly. And that desire for change, that wanting to break free from the traditional path, that's something we'll keep exploring as we dive deeper. It really is interesting how those two little comments can give you an idea of what kind of people might be drawn to the fast lane. There's definitely this hunger for knowledge, but also a feeling like they want it now. A desire to speed up that success journey.
Yeah, and it makes you think about the website itself in that same light. Like, it's providing this instant access to information that could be life-changing, right? No waiting, no hoops to jump through.
It challenges that whole traditional idea that knowledge is something you got to pay for, something you got to earn, which, brings up a question for you. Does free access somehow make knowledge less valuable? Or is it more about empowering people to take control of their own learning, their own growth?
It's like the website is almost like a case study of the book's principles, right?
Yeah.
It's all about those unconventional solutions, breaking away from the mold, making your own path.
Exactly. And it speaks to this bigger shift we're seeing everywhere, right? The internet, it's changed everything. Information is everywhere now. Think about online courses, ebooks, heck, even podcasts like what we're doing right now. They're all changing how we learn, how we access knowledge.
And that shift, it has huge implications for how we think about work, about wealth, even success. If you can learn valuable skills and get information for free, does that open up more opportunities for entrepreneurship, for building wealth, I mean?
Absolutely. It lowers the bar for so many people. You don't need to go to and they're doing it in a way that starts a conversation, makes you question what you thought you knew. That's what's so fascinating. It's not just about giving you answers. It's about making you ask the right questions.
Speaking of questions, those two comments we were looking at, I am interested and I'm exciting of this book. They might seem basic, but they tell us a lot about the kind of people who might be into the fast lane.
Yeah, it suggests that the book appeals to folks who aren't satisfied with that old slow lane to wealth. They're looking for a faster way, a shortcut to financial freedom.
And they're comfortable looking for those shortcuts online, where information is constantly moving and the rules are always changing.
It's a world full of opportunities, but also risks, right? A place where the old ways of doing things are being rewritten.
And as we try to figure out this new landscape, it's more important than ever to be informed, to think critically, and to be able to adapt.
To question the information we come across, the systems we're a part of, and the choices we make to reach our goals.
Because at the end of the day, it's not just about finding some fast lane. It's about figuring out what success means to you and then making your own path.
And that journey, it starts with understanding what's happening around us, the ideas and the trends that are shaping the world. And that's what we're doing here, right? Unpacking all these concepts so you can make smart decisions.
Now, before we wrap up this whole deep dive and leave you with something to think about, let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture.
We looked at this really interesting connection, right? A book promising a fast track to wealth, and then this website offering that knowledge up for free. We've talked about the ethics of free information, how learning is changing, and why these unconventional paths to success are so appealing.
But what does it all mean for you, the listener? What can you actually take away from this deep dive into one single web page and everything it represents?
That's what we'll explore in the final part of our journey. We'll pull out those key insights and leave you with a question, something to really chew on as you keep searching for knowledge and success.
All right, so we've talked about a lot in this deep dive, haven't we?
Yeah, we've been all over the fast lane philosophy, the idea of getting rich quick, and how this books-free website, well, it kind of reflects the book's message.
We also got into some of the ethical stuff about free information and how this whole online world changes how we think about success and what we want to achieve.
Right, and we saw how people are challenging those traditional paths and how resources like Books Free are helping people take charge of their learning and their careers.
But here's the big question for everyone listening. Just because you have access to information, even if it's free, does that mean you're going to be successful? Is downloading the Millionaire Fastlane enough to get you on that fast track to wealth, even if you understand all the ideas in it?
It would be nice to think so, wouldn't it?
Mhm.
But honestly, knowledge is just one part of the whole picture.
It's like having a map doesn't automatically get you where you want to go, right? You still got to do the work, figure out the route, and get past all the roadblocks along the way.
The Millionaire Fastlane. It might give you a roadmap to making money, but it's up to each person to take those ideas and make them work for their own situation.
And that's where the real journey starts. It's about owning your goals, coming up with a plan, and then actually doing something consistently.
It's about being resourceful, being able to adapt, and never giving up, even when things get tough.
And maybe that's the real fast lane, not some magic shortcut to riches, but a way of thinking that helps you create your own version of success, whatever that means to you.
Well said.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, we want to leave you with one last thought. Don't just take in information, actually use it. Don't just dream about success, go out and build it.
Couldn't agree more.
Thanks for joining us on this exploration, everyone. We hope this deep dive has given you some fresh ideas and inspired you to take action on your own path to success.